Hello and welcome to the Cryptocurrency News channel. So we're going to talk about Cardano, and they're planning to do a roadshow across the African continent, hitting 7 or 8 countries. Now, this is after the Ethiopia education deal, which we talked about back in April. This is going to be pretty big for Cardano because they really want to set up in Africa to become the blockchain of Africa, and I do actually think they are getting pretty close to doing so. They've opened up several education centers there in Kenya and Ethiopia in the past, and they're training thousands of people on how to develop in Haskell and Plutus. Now, as far as I know, Haskell and Plutus aren't really used anywhere else. So once they actually know how to do Haskell and Plutus, they're going to be kind of like wanting to develop on Cardano, and that is a great way for the ecosystem to permeate into the African continent. So I think it is a very good plan. So like this comes from an interview with the director of basically African stuff at Cardano. So it's the IOHK director of African operations, James O'Connor. They did an interview on YouTuber Big Pay, and they told them a little bit about the group's plans for digital identity infrastructure in Ethiopia. I do believe that is on the public chain, so that will be good for us investors. So when they were asked about the continent, if we'll see more adoption in other countries, they say the team plans to showcase the blockchain technology around 7 or 8 more nations in Africa. So it's not just Ethiopia, it's just not Kenya. It's going to be several nations, probably a lot of the African continent. So they're doing a roadshow in October, and if they stream it, that'll be interesting. Charles and himself and a few other people from the input-output team will be going around, I think around 7 or 8 countries at the moment. We're meeting some top-level officials. This is directly quoting from the interview. Senior government officials, presidents who are all interested in seeing more about our identity solution. Some of them are interested in central bank, or some of them are interested in CBDCs, obviously, because everyone's interested in CBDCs. Some of them are interested in remittance and microfinance. So really what they've been trying to do is start to put together a toolbox of what blockchain can do for you as a nation state. And if they're going to be introducing Cardano, that's probably what they're going to be using, because if the developers there know Cardano, know how to develop Cardano, that's the one they're most likely going to choose. So it's like a 5-year plan, and they want to see IOHK pass the torch to other developers around the world to scale up ADA network. So it's basically like educating other developers to develop on the Cardano network. So whether it's like remittances, whether it's CBDCs, they all want it to be on Cardano, and that's going to be really, really good for us. So for us, it's really going to have to be around handing over the torch from IOHK to something that's more scalable. Obviously, they can't manage everything in Africa, so they're going to be basically depending on other developers. So basically, this isn't just going to happen with them. If they want to scale, then we have to start engaging in the broader community, and they're going to leverage all the stuff they've done in Africa, including the education, to actually get Cardano to penetrate deep into the continent, and essentially for all these countries to actually use Cardano. So that's really good news. Yes, we're looking at maybe a decade into the future or more, but that's like continuous growth into the future on a continent that is going to be up and coming. Asia was like the continent of the last 20, 30 years. Africa might be the continent of the next 20, 30 years. And Cardano is positioning itself very well to be at the centerpiece of all that. So they're doing very well. They obviously have like Gogan and other developments to pump the price more more directly right now. But they're very, very well set up for the future, and it is a long-term hold. So that is the news for today. Let me know what you think. Like and subscribe, and hit that bell notifications button. Thank you, and have a nice day.